Here in chapter 26, 5 to 11, Isaiah is still revealing a song to be sung by the redeemed in Zion. They'll sing, "Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength." And now Isaiah gives us new details of what the Lord has done by this time. "For he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city, he layeth it low. He layeth it low, even to the ground, he bringeth it even to the dust." By this time, the Lord has fulfilled his promise made at the beginning of the day of the Lord of hosts. "For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low." God has even brought down that lofty city, Babylon, which is the pride and sins of the world. As he builds Zion up, he brings Babylon down. But then Isaiah adds a twist. "The foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor, and the steps of the needy." We've seen this before. The Savior himself proclaimed that the poor and humble will be saved in Zion, and when they are strengthened, they shall go through among the wicked and shall tread them down. In other words, the righteous will not be idly sitting by when all this happens, but they'll be called forth to tread the wicked down. But even in doing this, our path will be straight and good. Isaiah says that the path of the righteous is straight. You pave an undeviating course for the upright. The Lord will pave a way before the righteous, even if it means treading down the wicked. And now Isaiah touches again on one of his common themes, waiting upon the Lord. "Yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Lord, have we waited for thee." These people have reached Zion because they learned to wait upon the Lord, and in waiting, a miracle happened. The Lord took that time to write his law upon their hearts. As Jeremiah says, "After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people." Ezekiel echoes this. "And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within them, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them an heart of flesh, that they may walk in my statutes, and keep mine ordinances, and do them. And they shall be my people, and I will be their God." In waiting upon God when our natural desires are to take matters into our own hands, our hearts are changed, and we begin to know innately what God's law really is, in all cases and at all times. And just as important, we then desire with all our hearts to do those things. By waiting upon God, our desires change. Isaiah says, "The desire of our soul is to thy name, and to the remembrance of thee." In other words, as we wait upon God, we grow in a natural desire to keep our sacramental covenants, to remember him always and keep his commandments. Isaiah says that he, personally, is filled with this desire. "With my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early." Morning, noon, and night, always Isaiah sought the Lord, because the Lord had written his law on his heart. Then Isaiah returns to the world and its failings. I'll quote from Gileadi's translation again, which seems clearer and more consistent with Isaiah's meaning. "Though favor be shown the wicked, they will not learn righteousness. In a land of uprightness they remain perverse, and see not the glory of Jehovah. O Jehovah, your hand is lifted up, but they perceive it not. Let them perceive with dismay your zeal for your people, when the fire prepared for your enemies consumes them." A couple of things here. When Isaiah says, "Thy hand is lifted up," he has more than one meaning. The Lord's hand may be construed as his power, when his power is displayed, but at times it may also serve as a metaphor for his latter-day servant, just as the outstretched arm of Jehovah served as a metaphor for Moses. Among other things, Isaiah is saying that in the last days, when the latter-day servant is called up, some will not perceive it and will rebel. But when God displays his zeal for this man, meaning, among other things, when God heals him and sends him forth in power, they will perceive with dismay that God has indeed called him and sent him forth in power. Then Isaiah adds, "The fire prepared for God's enemies will consume them." But even after all this, the end is not yet. Next time, Isaiah will show us what waiting upon the Lord really means, when he compares it to a woman in labor, waiting in pain for delivery. I'm Curtis Taylor with the Words of Isaiah.